Hey everybody, this is going to just be our weekly check-in, going over the assignments for this week. This is our next to last week of the course, so make sure that you are, keeping up with your due dates, and if there's anything that's going on or things that you've missed, that you're making me aware of them sometime this week. So let's just get straight into week 4. This is going to be our end of our mediums unit and then working into our art history unit. You'll be doing in module 6, Ed Puzzles 14 and 15. Those are going to be architecture and then like prehistory to the Bronze Age, around that time period. And then you also have a longer video this week in the Ed Puzzle folder called Earthships, that you'll be doing your green architecture assignment on. So yeah, you'll have those big Ed Puzzles there, and then the green architecture assignment, which I'll go over in just a second. And then obviously quiz 6, as always. In module 7, you have a little bit of a lighter week, but you also, the 16 and 17 Ed Puzzles are the biggest chunk of our art history. So they'll be pretty long Ed Puzzles. It's going to be a lot of information there. And then obviously you have your quiz 7 as well, as always. So let's go ahead and jump to those folders and see what those look like. Oh, I need to make sure that's open. Glad that I saw that. Um, let's pause. I'm going to pause for just a second, then I'll jump back in. Okay, now you should be able to see it. We will jump into module 6. So obviously quiz 6 is on 14 and 15. And the green architecture assignment, I'll go through that real quick and we can kind of, you know, resolve any issues that might be there. So the green architecture assignment in the architecture Ed puzzle, you'll learn, especially at the end, a lot about how architecture is progressing and how the values of architecture are leaning very heavily towards, being climate friendly, being just ecologically responsible, so that we're not adding more pollutants and trash into the world. So what I'll have you do, as well as watch the Earthships video, is to review the 14 or lesson 14 architecture lesson. And then this is another video I'd like for you to watch. This is sort of the opposite, I guess, of what the Earthships are doing. Just a little bit different mindset, I guess. But this is on Bjarke Ingels. He is a engineer, architect, and this Ed Talk is his kind of like, I guess, not roll out, but just like it's very informative on this idea that he and his crew are sort of forming about creating floating cities in the oceans, since our ocean levels are rising very rapidly, now that we're in this era of climate change. So, this is kind of his in the future, the idea, I guess, that he has. So watch this video and then answer the questions in response to the video. That's going to be all of task 2. The questions are: adaptability is one of architecture's strongest drivers. How does Ingels use adaptability in his designs? And once you watch this video, it'll be very straightforward how he uses adaptability. Give an example of how engineering provided solutions to a design problem. What is the role of creativity in Ingels' projects? Because he definitely is a very creative thinker. And what is your opinion on one day having an entire community on a floating city? So that'll just be in response to that video. And then task 3, you can use Earthships, or if you already know about something other than Earthships that you would like to use instead, you still need to watch the Ed Puzzle video, but you can, if you have something in mind that you want to use for this, you can definitely do that as well. So you can use Earthships or find another example of an architectural project that seeks to meet the needs of today and tomorrow by considering community, climate, culture, equity, and diversity of need. It needs to fit all of those things. And then answer the following prompts. Besides green and sustainable mandates, what are other architectural considerations to have? Why should community, climate, culture, equity, and diversity of need be considered when designing? And should architects provide what is needed today within communities in a specific environments with an eye to future needs, and why? So yeah, task 2 is just about the Ingels video. task 3 is about Earthships, or if you have another project that you know of that you would like to use instead, you can do that. And then as well as answering the questions in task 3, you need to provide an image of the project that you're referring to. If you do choose Earthships, you'll know from the video that there are many different Earthships. So the picture that you use, make sure that you're crediting the correct Earthship. They all have different names like Eden and Adam and like all these different names. So make sure that you credit the correct one and that you cite the name of the architect and the architectural firm, the name of the project, the location of the project, and the completion date of the project. Here's some more TED Talk videos if you would like to look at some other ones except or like outside of Earthships, but these are not required for you to watch, like the Edpuzzle folders. So yeah, that's going to be all from module 6, and then obviously 14 and 15 Edpuzzles are in our folder as always. And in module 7, we'll jump here real quick. You've got quiz 7, and then you've got lessons 16 and 17 in the Edpuzzles. But again, remember, those are going to be pretty long videos. I know there's no assignment for module 7 other than the quiz, but make sure that you give yourself enough time to watch those videos because they are pretty lengthy. And outside of that, the only thing that you need to be doing except for like, the stuff that we're having due this week is starting on your final project. Please remember the final project is in the bottom of the modules page underneath final exam. So we'll click there. Please make sure that you watch the video before you begin the project. It kind of clarifies a lot of stuff. And that you also, just make sure that you realize that this project is going to take you a while, and don't put it off for the last week because we do have assignments that week as well as your final exam. So I definitely want you working on the project before the week that it is due because it is going to take you some time to do it. I don't want you to be too overwhelmed with the final exam and the final project and then other assignments that are going on in the last week as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. It seems like it's pretty light, but it is rather heavy if you are starting to work on your final project. And if you do have any questions on the final project, please let me know sooner than later. I hope that I have answered everything in the final project video here, but if not, just let me know. Also pay attention when you are creating your website that after you're done with it, that you publish the website. I say that in like multiple places in the video and in the project and everything, but sometimes people won't hit the publish button and then they'll share their link with me and I will be able to see it because the website's not published and only the creator has access to it. So make sure that you publish it if you are getting started on that early and that you make your site public as well. But that's it for this week. I will see you guys next week. And if you have any questions in the meantime, please let me know and good luck on your work this week.